So, can I deduct my vehicle on my taxes? Great question. So, if the vehicle is used for business, you can deduct the vehicle as a business expense. So, some of the requirements, since a vehicle can be used both for personal and for business use, the IRS requires that you keep a contemporaneous mileage log. So contemporaneous means that it's done at the time. It's not compiled after the fact. But as you go about and use the vehicle, you're documenting what it is used for, the date, the number of miles. So that way you can determine the percent of business use versus the personal use of the vehicle. And in an audit, the IRS will require that mileage log. So to deduct that vehicle as a business expense, you can either use a mileage rate, a standard mileage rate that the IRS puts out, and it changes every year. Sometimes it changes mid-year. Or you can use actual expenses. And of course, the actual expenses are going to be based on the business use. So that mileage log determines what percent of the vehicle is used for business or what percent is used for personal. So on the actual expenses, you can deduct gasoline, you can deduct repairs, you can deduct insurance, and you can depreciate the vehicle. So this is why there's a lot of commentary, a lot of salesmen that try to get you to buy vehicles at the end of the year for a tax deduction, because you can actually, if the vehicle is over 6,000 gross volume weight, you can take a one-time deduction for that vehicle. So for example, if you were to buy a truck, say on December 31st, you're going to finance it, you put a down payment, you sign the papers, say the truck costs $70,000, and it's used 100% for business, you could write off $70,000 on your tax return that year. And so under the current tax law, you can use a special depreciation to write that off, or you can use a Section 179 election and write off the vehicle. Again, to use Section 179, the vehicle has to be used at least 50% for the business. So, and you don't need to make that decision yet, whether you go actual or mileage. Keep track of both, and then when you go to prepare your tax return, you can decide which method that you want to use. You need to continue with the same method for as long as you own that vehicle.